1. The last photo of Jackson was taken in an emergency vehicle that shipped him from home to the medical clinic, UCLA. Be that as it may, the emergency vehicle windows are passed out. How might you make such an understood photograph through those dull windows? 2. Specialists commit numerous errors in legitimate post-mortem examination reports, including off-base data with respect to a nasal prosthesis. 3. A paper in January posted an article that Michael would not be in a half year. 4. Michael Jackson's dad doesn't have the foggiest idea about the whereabouts of his child's body. Joe Jackson likewise said that he didn't have the foggiest idea what really occurred there. He said what kept from seeing or from conversing with his child as of late. 5. The worldwide press is starting to scrutinize the reason for the gigantic postponement in the consequences of the subsequent post-mortem. 6. Video from observation cameras vanishes at last. Pictures that could show this occurred on June 25. They vanished bafflingly from the star's chateau. Notwithstanding, specialists affirmed the data that Jackson's chateau was outfitted with a solid security framework. There were cameras in the city and furthermore in the house itself. 7. Show advertisers said on TV that, for this situation, there are such a significant number of inquiries. 8. The police are completely humiliated by this occurrence. What are we managing? I can let you know that I have no responses for these inquiries, said the leader of the Los Angeles police station on CNN radio. 9. Soon after her passing, Janet Jackson was seen in Michael's chateau. At that point an enormous vehicle drove out of the house. As per the announcement TMZ, the vehicle shipped individual possessions of the star. They went to an obscure spot. 10. Derek Klontz says he found a journal in which Michael tells how he would counterfeit his passing. The journal was found in the individual property of the artist. 11. Michael's demise declaration was gotten to through the police headquarters information framework. 12. Lawfully, the vocalist's body must be in the Forest Lawn burial ground. This is actually what is written in the demise endorsement, however this is a transitory finding. 13. Quite a while prior he spent extensive stretches in Bahrain, exhibiting his expectation to settle in this nation. 14. He was fit as a fiddle at a practice, in the event that it truly was him at a practice a couple of days before his passing. 15. The fireman's vehicle stayed for right around 1 hour at Michael's home, while the emergency vehicle went to the clinic. 16. His primary care physician vanished inside 2 days after the declaration of death. 17. The shut final resting place. 18. None of the family sobbed seriously. They didn't figure out how to imagine, including a little girl. 19. Michael had enormous obligations, around $500 million. 20. For obscure reasons of security, the final resting place is moved to the grave. 21. In Neverland there were a few mystery entries. Michael adored mystery entries. There was a mystery flight of stairs in the house prompting one of such entries. 22. Perpetual veils concealing Michael's face were required with the goal that nobody could perceive his genuine face. Copies worked for him, and one of them lived with him in the house and was wiped out. 23. The person who called 911 was quiet as well. 24. Michael needed to become chiefs of the film. In August he needed to begin making a melodic called RESSUREICAO. 25. No one knows where the casket was taken after the remembrance. 26. Specialists don't state the reason for death. Family and specialists stay away from to discuss the reasons for Michael's demise. 27. The U.S. president, who was an enthusiast of the star, didn't go to the burial service. 28. an abnormal specialist who vanishes at the critical time when his patient is taken to the medical clinic. 29. Michael used to mask himself, for example. The possibility of a hidden lady in the Middle East, which he took to go out on the town to shop. 30. Steadyzade 31. After the service, the family, in grieving, went to a cafe. 32. Beforehand, CNN had just demonstrated news about the supposed passing of Michael, however he denied it live a few hours after the fact. 33. Michael's property is overseen by his accomplice. As per Michael, mother won't deal with the property. 34. In the United States, there is a law as per which if an individual is attempted to be slaughtered more than twice, he has the option to arrange a passing. 35. An enormous number of individual effects of MJ were sold at a private sale to pay obligations. This was purchased by a mysterious gatherer. 36. Michael has not given shows since 2006. Dropped the visits, rescheduled the shows about 7 days before his passing. 37. Michael has a system melody morphine, in which he sings about Demerol. 38. The name of Michael Jackson was not referenced in the call to 911, it was just said the man is awful. 39. Elizabeth Taylor, who was a dear companion of Michael, expressed that the commemoration case was at Carnival. 40. Maybe the final resting place was vacant. 41. A traditions official on the Mexican fringe said he saw Michael crossing the outskirt around evening time. 42. The demise testament just says that the dead man is a dark man who kicked the bucket for a dubious explanation. 43. Tickets for the Michael Jackson show, which should be at the O2 Arena in London, are marked down significantly in the afterlife. 44. The specialist made a present to Michael's companion as an image. 45. All photographs and recordings from that day vanished. 46. The specialist didn't appropriately knead the heart. Does he not realize that back rub ought to be done on a hard surface? 47. Prior to death, Michael signs a visa bargain. Let me know. Did he not read the agreement? Might he be able to not have realized that there would be not 10 shows, yet 50? 48. Michael Jackson utilized an invented name to purchase medication. 49. It is realized that few Michael utilized veils to confound the press. 50. They didn't give anybody access to the clinic, there were police all over the place. 51. A dad, Joe Jackson, affirmed to ABC News that he speculates the conditions that encompass the demise of his child. 52. There were no agents of the press at the memorial service. Michael was an open man, so the press needed to get in and be at the center of determining what occurred. 53. Dr. Michael Jackson halted the training 11 days before his passing. 54. The man who was at the gathering in London is a twofold. 55. Beforehand, the twofold additionally supplanted Michael. 56. The rescue vehicle, which took the vocalist to the emergency clinic, gradually drove out of the house when it ought to have been the opposite way around. Did they truly convey somebody? 57. The family doesn't do a DNA test to see whether this is Michael's body. 58. In the event that Michael Jackson truly were a medication someone who is addicted, he would have kicked the bucket quite a while in the past, says St. Louis anesthesiologist. This is on the grounds that the body makes instruments of protection from impacts and needs huge amounts with the goal that the medication truly delivers. 59. A companion of Oprah Winfrey offers no expression about Michael's passing. 60. A bizarre emergency clinic alarm, UCLA, all were emptied. 61. Specialists, similar to cops, give clinical reports. Extremely dubious. 62. The artist himself stated, "I don't have the foggiest idea how I am going to make 50 exhibitions.